Hey, what's going on, Cancer? How are you? Cancer, thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate your time and I appreciate your energy. Cancer, this is actually a special read that I'm really excited to get out to you because it does explore the topic of, missed connections or the one that got away. So I'm sure that everybody can think back to a time in their life where, of course, you met someone and they were great, they were awesome, and the feeling was mutual. But for whatever reason or another, that was not the relationship you necessarily explored. And so hopefully the intent of this reading will take a look at some of those energies. Okay, so it won't resonate for every Cancer, of course it won't, but hey, it might. And if it doesn't, then check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs. And if it still doesn't, then, well, like I said, the messages are very timeless. So it could just be talking about a relationship that you haven't experienced yet. Okay. So with that being said, let me go ahead and jump right into this because I've been talking for too long. So Spirit, please allow us to be able to interpret your messages for Cancer. Who is the person that Cancer, who is the strongest person coming through here for Cancer in any missed connection or unpursued path, the one that got away? Who's the strongest person coming through for Cancer? Please let us know. Whoa. Okay. Please give more information. Oh, well, when you ask for it, right? Way too many. Oh, those two. And that's all I needed, but those are the actually only ones that weren't turned over. Anyways, Cancer, let me stop babbling. Y'all wanna, okay. Heart-to-heart conversations. I think that the two of you really, whoever this may be speaking to for you, Cancer, you two may have like really bonded over any sort of like conversation. Maybe it's kind of like, sometimes you meet that stranger and you just kind of both go deep into conversation about things. And it's almost to the point to where, it's because you're intrigued. This person kind of sparked your mental, possibly. Or they were just, relatable, or you were able to relate to them, or vice versa in that moment in time when you two met. Okay, but I definitely feel like, it may have been over conversation. It may have been where like they were a friend of a friend. Or better yet, the way I need to really say that is, it's almost as if like to say like you met this person like out for dinner or coffee or whatever, but you were with a friend and then they came with a friend, but their friends, like my friend, or I'm putting myself there like I'm sitting there, but I don't even have Cancer in my chart. But Cancer, yeah. So to basically say that it's basically to say that it's like they brought a friend, like you, or better yet, a friend brought you somewhere, and they had a friend who also brought a friend, and then that friend was this guy or girl. Sorry. Oh wow. This situation involves marriage, wedding. You know, I do feel as though for some of you, this could have spoken to you just really felt like you knew this would be the person that you would want to marry to some degree. For some of you, this is talking about saying that maybe some of the topic of discussion was like about, you know, merging, maybe possibly could have been merging businesses, merging projects, merging ideas, like just any sort of merger is how I feel with this. I mean, there may be some of you who possibly could have met this person. And yeah, like, you know, over a shorter period of time, you know, things really, you know, could have been leading to marriage. So you might have been engaged. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Wow. I feel like the both of you here in this situation, Cancer, upon meeting each other, I think the both of you met each other coming out of you guys you may have met this person coming out of a divorce situation. Like you got divorced and they were also a divorcee, and you could have been hooked up by your friends. And so of course, you know, yeah, there was like these conversations that were had, and you know, you guys had deep conversation. But I feel like that was pretty much it though. Like, yeah, you know, y'all conversed, which is great. Y'all met, you got along. I honestly, I'm gonna call it. I do feel like it was almost to say that one person maybe felt like more of a friendship vibe. The other person was probably definitely willing to go along with it. Cancer, that could have been you, or it could have been you that, you know, was like, let's just stay friends. Let's get some clarification. Maybe it'll help tie this together a little bit. Can you please give us some clarification, please? For Cancer and whoever this person here is that they missed the connection with. Okay. We got the Devil. Devil and the Ace of Swords. Cancer. I get the feeling as though I see what's going on. I get the feeling as though this was a person who possibly I feel like you may have like gotten some information about this person. You possibly you may or may not have been looking for this information, but you might have got you might have gotten like the scoop on who this person really was. You might have got like the scoop on who this person really, really was. I feel as though like this person could have been a really toxic person. And it's funny how it's like when your friends set you up, sometimes that happens. But at any rate, I feel like this person could have been like a very toxic person, or they could have been a person to lead you down a path of like, you know, codependency, whether that's you know, being introduced to substances, or, you know, whether you're being, you know, just stuck on them. Oh my goodness. Oh, Spirit, thank you for directing me to this. As I'm looking here, look, it's like these cards, first of all, let me go back here. These cards are like way too similar. Sorry. These cards are way too similar. I just had to put everything down to show y'all this. Like, here we have y'all having heart-to-heart conversations, you know? But the thing about it is that I feel as though, look at him. Like, he's just completely, you know, zoned out, not present. He's there, but he's not. 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 He's to be there, but is he really listening? And then later on down the line, like, look, here he is with that same blank expression, while, the other side, his counterpart, is again showing the expression of like being completely into him. Cancer. So yeah, yeah, that was definitely going to lead down a path of, I can see like codependency here. And I feel like, I think that for a lot of you, you may have seen where things were starting to get a little out of control. And, it was time for you to strategize. It was time for you to see how to get out of that. We have the Knight of Coins here. So yeah, the Knight of Coins, I feel like the Knight of Coins definitely would speak to this person. This person could have been an earth sign. This person could have been an earth sign. I'm getting the sense that, yeah, like like after the whole situation of this happening, Cancer, are you, or were you going back and forth with this person still? Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry for that very, very awkward pause. I was just being directed at something. Okay. Let me get this out in the best way possible. Cancer. This could speak to someone whom you may have met that, like they just seemed to be the type of person that you would be expected to deal with or expected to go with. However, in the underlying things, as like, I feel as though there could have been like a little bit of emotional neglect with this person. Like this person may have like neglected you emotionally. They may have like, just kind of been going through the motions through the relationship. I just feel a sense of distance with this person that you experienced. And I just see you being caged in, like that. That's what I was being directed at, right? The whole time was that free yourself card, because I'm like, okay, hold on, like we're meeting somebody, we're talking to somebody, and then now things are escalating to, you know, possibly a marriage, maybe like marriage that's already on the table, and then, but at the same time, it's like you feel trapped. It was like this person was leading you down the path of being trapped. That's why the devil card comes out. With the Ace of Swords here, yeah, with the Ace of Swords, you wise up to it. And it's almost as if it just kind of hit you at this point, right? Like, oh my God, this is the type of situation that I'm in. You know, the Knight of Coins, I do feel like as though once you began to kind of come to the realization of what was happening, then that's when I feel like, possibly this earth sign started to get a little bit more serious about presenting you, some sort of real tangible future, right? Like he's coming forth with it. Like he was having it hidden. That's also what I was being directed to as well. Like he has it being like, he's bringing it from the light or bringing it from the dark, right? Like he may have been trying to conceal certain things. And then now he's like, he's going to use this to try to, switch your direction to come back. But here you've already switched directions on them. This got to get some clarity, man. I'm so sorry for how this came out. Like, sometimes the messages are very difficult to put into words because I don't know. I wonder if any other readers have that issue as well. Spirit, please clarify these messages. Yep. There's a lot of secrets this person was really holding behind, keeping back, not really fully letting you in. We knew that. We saw that, right? And it's like, it sucks because, you know, on paper, this person is like perfect. This person is like the person that, you know, really could actually, it's like you really did see the whole shebang with them. You did from the very, very beginning, right? But I think what was going on here is that they were just only offering you only but so much of themselves. They were still holding off and closing off certain parts of themselves, certain deep dark parts of themselves, and it caused them to be distant with you. So you cut it off. You know, you freed yourself from the situation. You wisened up, you smartened up, and then they tried to come back around and offer you something and, you know, dictate your direction. But no, you had your own direction at this point. And again, like I said, it just kind of sucks because, you know, otherwise it could have been a pretty good thing, you know, aside from secrets. Yep, five. Yep, it would have just led to the Five of Swords here, Five of Wands, I mean. Yeah, it would eventually led to a lot of conflict, either within this particular relationship or, you know, maybe amongst the friends who tried to set y'all up in the first place. I don't know. Cancer, I mean, you know, this isn't a bad reading, okay? I mean, you know, it wasn't that heavy of a connection here. Maybe you just haven't met anyone recently that was like this, or maybe you met somebody that was more further back in the past that was like this. Or you possibly, you know, could be meeting someone soon that you know, begin to recognize this situation in. But yeah, Cancer, I can understand why this particular relationship was not pursued and why, you know, it was missed out on. And maybe I feel like that other person Cancer, feels missed out on. Or, you know, maybe the cross watcher of the Cancer in this video that's watching this, maybe now at this point you're really feeling as though, you know, you really did miss out on a good person or on a good situation. And, you know, the decision that you made to really reveal all of, you know, everything that you did have to put on the table and really reveal and put everything out there with no secrets, you know, by the time you wanted to do that and be ready to really present yourself to be this person to them, at that point it was too late. So yeah, Cancer, if you can think of anybody that you had to make this type of decision with or anything like that, just understand that right now they at whatever time you're watching this, I don't know, they might be showing up on your radar. They may be, you know, they may be thinking about you. You know, they may be hoping to be able to converse with you again. How do you feel though? How do they feel? Let's take a look and see what the messages say. I'm not the same person you remember. Okay, Cancer. So if you've been hearing from this person, then I feel as though, yeah, they're trying to get you to understand that, you know, they're not the same person that they were back then. You know, they are a little bit more available now, I feel, emotionally, as well as, you know, being in the moment with you as well. And then we also have, I've thought a lot about you lately. Yeah, I said that. I said that where, yeah, Cancer, you are really, really running through whoever this person's mind is. Or to the cross watcher that's watching here for Cancer, if you feel like the Cancer was the one that got away, then yeah, they're definitely on your mind. Cancer, I get the feeling as though like your person is, or this person, again, just really wants you to understand that they aren't who they used to be. They aren't in, you know, I do feel like they realize that, you know, the type of person that they were presenting themselves to be at the time. And, you know, they understand that, of course, you know, they understand that they were intolerable pretty much, and that, you know, you did what you had to do because, you know, they understand that it was, you know, they were operating from a very dark moment. But nevertheless, Cancer, they really, you know, do think about you, and, you know, they probably think about you a lot, and they probably beat themselves up at the fact that, you know, that they missed out on the opportunity to pursue a deeper relationship with you. So Cancer, you might have been dealing with another Cancer here. With the Moon card here, like you might have been dealing with another Cancer, or you possibly could have been dealing with a Capricorn. But it doesn't have to be those signs. Or they may have Cancer or Capricorn somewhere in their chart. All right, what do the Whispers of Love have to add here? All right, we got new love. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. I like it. And it really kind of speaks to what you did in this particular situation. You decided to choose yourself. For some of you, you decided to, well, for majority of you, maybe, if you can relate, what it is you decided to choose yourself, to make your own self happy, and to really discover your own worth, doing something that's in your own lane, you know? And then also, I do feel like possibly this could represent, maybe if this person does show back up around, I do feel like you might possibly, you know, listen to them, you know, and you may possibly even give them a chance, because you understand that, you know, people can grow spiritually, and people can be, you know, at least somewhat different than, you know, how they used to be, right? If they actually are working on themselves. And I do feel like, you know, yeah, this person really worked on themselves, and you were the catalyst, right? Like, you not feeding into their ego or narcissist BS is what woke them up once you were gone, and, you know, made them look at relationships a lot differently. So, speaking to the crosswatcher, good job, crosswatcher. I do feel like you are trying to make strides. I feel like you, you know, were coming from a very, very dark place, and you just, again, weren't emotionally available or emotionally present. Well, I guess it's the same thing. But even on a mental level, like I feel like, you know, in just a lot of different areas, you weren't mentally present. And then also, you know, you also had to break free of that, as well as, you know, the cancer that you're involved with needing to break free of, you know, whatever constraints your unavailability made them, you know, perceive. So the both of you needed to grow. You still had some growing to do, Cancer, and not Cancer, but Crosswatcher. You still had some growing to do, and I don't know. Possibly it could come back around, though. You've definitely been keeping them in your mental space. You've been thinking a lot about them. You imagine that emotional fulfillment with them. But this speaks to the past. This speaks to saying, like, you know, you're not this person that holds secrets or, you know, gets into other extra behaviors or anything like that anymore. Or at least you're working towards that. You know, you're working towards being a different person. Oh, man. Well, Cancer, what you gonna do if this person comes back? What are you gonna do? Let me know, because I mean, I don't know how many different ways I can express what we just saw here, but let me know how this works out for you guys in the comment box. Of course, I do appreciate all of your feedback. You know, I only ask that if you're going to criticize, make sure it is constructive. Otherwise, you're just wasting the same energy that you wasted while trying to force the message to fit to you. Shade, but no shade. All right, Cancer. I'm going. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can. Just email me at luminantlibra@gmail.com. And we'll go ahead and get that started. We'll go ahead and get that set up. All right. Bye-bye.